Major part of discussion for the Senate this week, Senator, in form of Senate Bill 49, which is called the SAFE Act. I guess a brief history, as it were, what has brought us to where we are at the end of the first half of this session.
The SAFE Act is very important. And in my bill, the Save Women's Sports Act is kind of a companion bill to that. And so those are two bills that we're trying to work on as a caucus to get across the line. One of the important things of the SAFE Act is not allowing surgeries on children before 18. And there's a lot of things that legally kids under 18 can't do, right? We had some folks talking about parental consent, but this is the same as tanning beds or piercings. There's different ages for those. On the positive side, the caucus is unified and we're all working together in the Senate, which is a very different Senate than what you've seen in the last few years. On the negative side, we didn't get it out of the Senate before spring break and over to the House. But with that, the reason is because we didn't want the main points of the SAFE Act. We agreed as a caucus that we didn't want to compromise, that all of the points of that bill were very important to us, and we couldn't give in on any of them. And so, what that does is that effectively has us waiting till the end of session when some of the other types of maneuvers can be done to effectively cut off debate, like having the PQ. And that's something that, really can't be done in the middle of session. Our one constitutional requirement is to pass the budget. When we get back from spring break, the Senate will have the budget. And so that's what our focus is going to be on. We have many other bills moving through the system, that are going to help the foster care system. They're going to help children all over this state in many different ways. And so those bills are important also. So what I think you'll see when we get back from spring break is we'll really buckle down on the budget since we'll have it over here in the Senate. And then we'll start working on getting some of these other priorities out and across the line. And then most likely we will have to save the transgender issues until we're closer to the end of session when taking the chance of the Senate shutting down, we won't have as many things in the pipeline that's going to get injured. And the budget, again, we have to get the budget out of here before anything like a Senate shutdown occurs. That's our one constitutional requirement. And if we don't get the budget out of here, then that means we would have to go into a special session to do it. And that's going to cost taxpayers more dollars when we could have just been more strategic and done things within the process that's laid out for us.